morning, people. Good morning, people. Good morning. Good morning, people. Good morning. All right, let's go ahead and just do sound check. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me from that side? Can you hear me from the side? If you can hear me, please let me know you can hear me. So before we go ahead, if you're on Facebook and you're on YouTube, please go ahead and just give me that update. Can you hear me? All right, Prince Wally, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Instagram, for um, the feedback. Thank you. I want to just quickly say this um, to us. And I'm saying this just for the benefit of those ones who are listening to me right now. Um, I don't want to look like a mean person, and I don't want to look like a wicked man. I don't want to look like that. I want the people who are in Nigeria to be very careful, very, very careful, very, very, very careful. And it's going to pay you and it's going to benefit you if you can be very, very careful. Every one of you have your church where you go to. You have your pastor that you're serving. You have your church where you're paying your tithe and your offerings to. Please, don't bother me. I don't want to be bothered. I'm just saying this just not to look like a wicked person or a mean person. Nigerians love to go to church. You go to church, you go worship pastors, you go worship God, whatever it is that you worship at the church. You go there, donate money, dance, spray money, do whatever. And if at the end of the day you're broke and you don't have money to eat, I believe the best place for you to go is back to that same church where you go to. The moment you're broke or you have a need, you're sick, you need money for medicine, I think where you should go to is the church where you go. I really don't think you should be coming and disturbing other people you didn't support their ministry, you didn't do nothing for. I really don't think you should do that. I really don't think you should. If you're hungry, if you have a need, please approach your church. The reason the reason why you're paying tithe, the reason why you're giving the offering is so that in time of need, when you have a need, okay, then you approach them and say, I have a problem. And the church should be able to stand up and help you. And help you. And I started talking about this earlier this morning, and I want to conclude it. Um, but I'm going to start from the beginning so we will not miss it. I just don't want us to miss it. And that's why I'm repeating this right now. It's good for someone to be able to activate common sense. Common sense is not common, like people say, but I believe Nigerians are smart people. And I think we should be able to have a moment to reflect, a moment to sit down and think. And think. I'm not here to badmouth any pastor or probably talk bad about any pastor. I'm just here to educate the people. I'm just here to get you thinking. Sometimes everybody will need a little bit of jump starting. That you need someone to jumpstart you uh, to be able to think correctly. That's the reason I'm doing this. I don't hate any pastor. I don't hate no church, but I just feel it's time for Nigerians to, or Africans generally, to wake up and do the right thing. Wake up and do the right thing. That's the reason I'm doing this. I'm not here to, uh, fight over Bible verses. I'm not here to correct your interpretation of the Bible. I'm not here to enter into any argument with you as per maybe it's King James Version or maybe it's New Testament or Old Testament. No, I'm not here to do that. I'm here to enlighten you. I'm here to open your eyes. I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to push you, and I'm here to appeal to you to become a little selfish. Um, you know, as you deal with your life day by day. I know that a lot of Nigerians want to serve God. I know we want to pray to God. I know we want to have a relationship with God. But you will find out that, you know, the mindset behind we wanting to know God is just because we want Him to do something for us. We want Him to do something for us, do something for us. Some of us go there because of miracles. We want miracles. You don't have food to eat. You don't have clothes to wear. You don't have a house. You don't have a job. And we jumped, we jump out of our homes just to go to church, thinking that it's going to happen miraculously. Oh, I need a husband. Let me go to church. I need a job. Let me go to church. I need these. Let me go to church. So we go to church because of what we feel God, what we want God to do for you, what you want God to do for you. And this is where we're getting it wrong. Good morning, guys, and welcome. And this is where we're getting it wrong. And it's not the right thing. And it's not the right thing for any one of us to do. You go to church for miracles, you'll never get it. You go to church for a wife, you never get it. You go to church for money, you never get it. You go to church for jobs, you'll never get it. You never get nothing because your mind is not correct, is not right. What you're seeking is not what God would do for you because He has already done those things for everybody. I know you hate my face, I know you hate my voice, but I don't want you to hate this message today because I'm going towards a direction. And the direction I'm going to, I think you should go and just think about it. Wait a little bit, think about it, and then you can make your decision by yourself when everything is quiet, maybe in the middle of the night, you just keep quiet and just watch. When you're very anxious, you can't gain anything. You can't gain nothing. All right. You don't get husband by going to church. You don't get husband by praying. You don't get money by praying. You don't get house by praying. You don't get all those things by praying. Prayer can bring them. And I think I'm not supposed to be saying this right now. I think you should be an expert when it comes to this. You should be able to educate people as per this because you've gone through it. And use Nigeria as a case study. And see how many people go to church to pray. You see how many people go to church to do all these things. But look at the life they're living today. Should be able to prove to you that what this guy is saying here is not a lie. I am telling you the truth. All right? The essence of Christianity is different from the way you see it. The reason why Christianity was introduced is different. The reason why we serve God is different from the way you see it. You see God like a magician who will do whatever it is you command him to do. You see him as your errand boy that you could push around and say, go kill that thing for me. Go do this stuff for me. Go do that stuff for me. But every time we get so disappointed because it's not done. It can be done. It will not be done. And that's why I always ask people, is it possible for us to slow down? And actually, can we just stop? It got me to that point that I had to stop. All right. And lack of common sense will make you to continue to do the same thing. Lack of common sense will make you to do the same thing over and over and over again and again and expecting a different result. You cannot get a different result like that. It's never going to come. It will take you to stop, evaluate what you've been doing, Think about the church you've been going for the past 10, 15 years. Think about the prayers you've prayed for the past 10, 15 years. Now, put your pen and paper together and just do that evaluation. You will come back and tell me that I think you're right. I think you're right. We communicate with God through prayer. We communicate with God through prayer. Communicating with God doesn't mean that God will come over and work for you and build a house for you and buy you a car. No. The communication is based on friendship, it's based on that relationship. Is your father, you are the son, you are the daughter, you are thanking him for giving you life, you're appreciating him for you're appreciating him for keeping you alive. You're thanking him for the knowledge and the wisdom given unto you. You talk to him as a friend, talk to him as a father. It's not about you asking things. The things you are asking from God, he has already done them. All right? He has given you power to create wealth, ability to create wealth. All these that we're talking about, they have been given unto you. You don't need any pastor to bless you. You've been blessed from the time of Genesis. In the beginning, he created them male and female, and God blessed them. You are a blessed person. You don't need anybody to bless you. You are being blessed. You will not listen to it. This stuff I'm talking about, you can't listen to it because you are connected. You have been brainwashed right from the beginning, and there is nothing I could say here that will change your mind unless those ones that are willing to actually change. Those people that are dying to have result. You are desperate to have result and get result in your life. Those are the people that will be able to listen to this and say, you know what? Let me give it a try. Giving it a try will not kill me. Giving it a try will not do nothing but prove to me, have I been wrong all this while? But if I continue to be arrogant, and I continue to say, yeah, we have to do, I have to do, I have to do, then you are not ready for anything. You are not ready for change. Not ready for change. Okay? Now, let me break it down like I did this morning. Every day you go to sleep and you wake up, you are aging. You're aging. You're aging. You're growing. Every day you go, you are going towards old age. And when you talk about old age, we're talking about you going towards the grave. Um, there was a time that you could jump and run. And at the moment right now, it's a little difficult for you to jump and run because you're getting older and your strength is getting weaker and you're not able to do certain things like you used to do anymore. Even getting out of bed is a little difficult for you right now. And that's where you need to now sit down and start looking at, okay, it seems that it's going to be a time that it's possible for me not to be able to do what I'm doing right now. It will come. And I need you to look at your dad, look at your mother. Your father is dead, your mother is dead. They grew to one particular point in their life that they got so tired and they got so old that they couldn't do anything anymore, and now they're dead. And I need you to remember there was a time that your mom will call you for money, a time your dad will call you for support. All right, your uncles are calling you for money, for this, for that. You're a little young, you're younger right now. That you feel you have that strength to walk and make the money that you're giving to them. But one thing you have forgotten is that maka maka lo ye kan. That means that it is turn by turn. A day will come that you are going to be in the shoes of that your uncle, of that your father, of that your mother. A day is going to come that you will get into that same situation your father got into. And he started asking for help. And your mom was asking for help. And those ones that we're talking about, your dad, your mom, they were diehard fans of Jesus. They went to church all their lives. They prayed all their life. They served all their life. But at a certain state in their life, it's difficult for them to feed themselves. It's difficult for them to even have enough money to sustain their lives. So you are going to get to that point too. But you're joking with your life. You're joking. Your life is not where your life is supposed to be, and you are not thinking. And you always believe you're going to always have the strength. No, you won't. Yesterday, I called out some young guys that I was dancing and jumping with them. 5 minutes of jumping with these guys, I was fighting with my breath. I was so tired that I couldn't do much because now I'm old. I'm no longer that guy that was 15. I'm no longer that guy that was 45. I'm no longer that guy that was 50. All right? Now I'm old. And my strength is going down. And I'm looking at the future. Is the future going to be good? Am I still going to enjoy what I'm enjoying right now? Will I still be going to be able to make money like I'm making it right now? And stuff like that. All right. How about if I start putting my kids as a life insurance? Am I not going to be, is that not going to be like I'm a selfish person? I'm a selfish person because I don't know the kind of challenges they're going to be faced in their own lives. I don't know even if they're going to make it. I don't even know if they're going to make it. Instead of me boosting them, I'm building them to become my life insurance. And it means that I'm actually not really sensitive, and it means that I'm not that brilliant, and it means that I'm a very wicked person. The moment I start thinking like I'm a wicked person, all right? And what are we doing right now to prepare for that time? How are you preparing for the time that is coming? We started January like it was yesterday. January 2024 was like yesterday. But guys, we're almost in March. The time waits for nobody. You want to do something, it is now you do it. If you actually close your eyes and think like, oh yeah, it's going to go. Let me just sleep and wake up. Let me just do this. Let me tell you something. That day is going to catch up with you. And that's the time you look back and you tell yourself, I have failed myself, I failed my family, and you failed God. And you failed God. I'm not going to lie to you. Just telling you plain truth here. And it's nothing but the truth. If you want to follow it, you follow it. If you want to insult me, you can do that. If you don't want to agree, you want to disagree, it's good. You can disagree all you like. But my own thinking is I don't want you to end up in that kind of a situation whereby you start begging for bread at the age of 70. I don't want you to beg for nothing at the age of 80. All right? Begging is a disgrace. When God has given you all of these opportunities to be able to make money and save it and prepare for your future. And prepare for your future. Now, you will see that majority of us will love God. And I like it about Africans. Africans love God. Even though they do not know, they do not know the God. They love him, but they don't know him. They don't know how to serve him. You know, I don't want to go into that stuff today because we are mixing Christianity and Judaism together. And we are confused people. And for us to be able to know, understand stuff, we insult anybody that is trying to open our eyes. We insult them. We insult people that wants to open our eyes. We call them demons. We call them antichrist. We call them antichrist. We call them all manners of names. Instead of us just listening to what they got to say and sit down and think. You see, the ability to think is what they call deliverance. Ability to think is what they call deliverance. If you want to get delivered from poverty, you must have that ability to think. Sit and think. Sit and think. And then that ability will actually connect you to someone that will tell you the truth, not someone that will start, feeding your emotions, or probably someone that will rub your head and say, oh, it's going to be all right. You want someone that is actually going to be able to tell you the plain truth that will hurt you, the kind of truth that will make you cry, that will make you hate that person, but you're still going to come back to that same person who will tell you the truth all the time. You need them. So we love God, but we do not know him. And because you don't know God, you end up in religion. And religion will tame you. Religion will lock you down. Religion will put stagnancy in your life. And because we do not know God, we worship pastors. Instead of we worshiping God, we have refused to worship God. We worship pastors. I said this yesterday. I really don't think I need keyboard or drums to worship God. Doesn't matter. If you know God, if you believe in God, if you have if you have had an encounter with God, that's the day you will realize you don't need no keyboard, you don't need no drum to worship God. In the presence of God, there is fullness of joy. Now, when you come in His presence, you open your hands up and you worship Him. And you worship Him. And you give Him glory. And you will see, that it's going to be a genuine worship. You are not being pushed because of the rhythm or of the music. It's not getting you excited. The rhythm of the music, because many times when we go to church, we don't even listen to the lyrics of the songs. We don't listen to the lyrics of the song. We get carried away with the rhythm, the beats. We create a kind of a feeling, and then we can fall on the ground and we raise up our hands and worship, whatever. But when we go home, we're still empty. You're still empty, and it's so painful that we repeat this same thing over and over again and again until now. And you will see right now that the evidence is there, okay? That people are begging for bread. Christians are begging for bread. Christians, they are the ones in the forefront of being beggars. Beggars of the highest order. I believe if your father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, I really don't believe you should be a beggar today. I really believe if your service that you render, that you say you're rendering to God, is genuine, I don't think it will leave you empty. But it's showing us that you have been worshiping men. You've been worshiping men, and what men will do to you is just to collect the little you have. What men will do is to collect the little you have. And you are gladly giving it because you are a novice, because you are not in tune with God, because you don't know God, because you don't know how to serve Him, how to worship Him. You don't even know it. So the little you have, you're giving because you think in your mind you're giving it to God. But God doesn't need your money. He doesn't have bills to pay. He doesn't have no mortgage to pay. God doesn't need food that He wants to eat. So He doesn't need your money. It is the church that needs your money, all right? And the way you give the church is not supposed to hurt you. The way you give to the church is not supposed to prevent your children from going to the best school. The way you give to church is not supposed to prevent you from eating 3 square meals. The way you give to church is not supposed to render your finances useless. All right? It's not the mind of God for you to enter into debt because you want to give to God or church, sorry. It's not in the plan of God for you to enter into debt or not to live a good life because you want to sponsor His work. No. So I see Christians begging. There's a lot of fine bara online. A lot of Nigerians who are based in Nigeria who goes to church every day, they go to night vigil every day, they pray every day. They have actually ended up becoming beggars on social media. And it's because they don't know God. And the pastors are not teaching them the right things they should teach them. And now think about the ones that are begging for bread now at the age of 30. The ones that are begging for bread right now at the age of 45. They don't have any plan for the future. And the future is in a hurry. The future is always coming very close, like with top speed. You're 30 today. When you open your eyes, you'll be 45. You're going to be so shocked. And you look back, you feel like it was yesterday. No, 20 years gone. 10 years gone. You never believe it. If you don't start now, you're messing up right now. And then later down the road, the church that you're giving your money to, the church that you're sponsoring, will never come to your rescue. I'm not lying. Being truthful. You can hate me right now. I know. You can hate me right now. But there's going to be a day You will remember that I shared this with you, but you refused to listen. But you refused to listen. You will never listen, I know. You can never listen. But it is later down the road you will get it. And it's going to come like a dream. And then you suddenly wake up and it's reality. And it's just reality. You see it. It's going to flash through your eyes. It's going to flash through your mind that you've been an idiot all your life. You can hate me. I agree with that. When you hate me, it's not reducing me. When you hate me, it's not going to change the fact that I prepared for my future. When you hate me, it's not going to change anything about me. Because me, I'm wise. I am so wise that I've already prepared for my future. If you are the one still lacking behind, and I'm telling you these things right now, at this my age, that I'm not asking you to give me money. I'm not asking you to give me food. I'm not asking you to give me anything. I think you should sit down and think about it and tell yourself, what does he have to gain by telling me this truth? But you know what I got to gain? What I have to gain is that later down the road, you will not be a beggar. And later down the road, you provide for your children. You provide for your family. That's all I got to gain because it's going to gladden the heart of God, me telling you this right now. So that later down the road, it's not going to be as if to say, oh, they didn't tell me. Nobody told me this. And God is to be blamed. God is not to be blamed now that you're hearing it directly from my mouth. You might not see me as a pastor. You might not take me as a pastor. You might take me as a motivational speaker. That's fine by me. Jesus Christ was a motivator also. You might not see me as a spiritual person. That's fine. I take it. But the issue is that I don't want you to ignore the words that I'm saying to you right now. I want you to take this word, I want you to take it in and sit down and on your couch when it's nighttime, when everybody is asleep. Let it come back to you. Ruminate over it. Regurgitate and rechew it. And then you'll see that what I'm telling you is the truth and not a lie. And I'm going to break it down to you the way you will get it and understand it. I'll break it down to you the way you understand it. I want to break it down. Everybody is a thief. I'm saying this because I know everybody is a thief. And you might not understand what I'm saying. You might think I'm insulting you, but I'm not. I'm just saying the point blank truth. And that's what I'm pushing out. The truth and nothing. No, you check it in your life. Okay? You go to the market to buy something, tomatoes from the market woman. The market women, they bought the tomato for a basket for $20. And they transported it here. They put it in display. And the tag on that basket is now $200. Is that not the mindset of a thief? You want to make more than you should make. That's a thief right there. All right? The lawyers are thieves. They defend criminals. Even though they knew that this guy is going to jail. They give him false hope just because they want to take money from him. They have documents that they do just to take money. The lawyers, they know how to do these hanky-panky things just to make money from the government and all kinds of stuff. The thieves. The doctors are thieves too. They do experiment on you without telling you. Do you know the doctors will actually know exactly what is wrong? And all you need to do is just to go and rest and sleep. But they're not going to tell you that because they want to make money from you. And then they send you to go and take a test. Then they send you to go and do X-ray. Then they send you to go and do MRI. They send you to go and do this one. And as you go and do all this stuff, you are spending money. And they are getting their own percentage from all those places they refer you to. Go and ask any doctor that you know. They always have that form to refer people to places. And they know that you don't need those things, but because they want money, they send you there. They're thieves. All right? A lot of men are thieves. You see them on social media, they prove to be who they're not. Oh, I'm an IT guy. I'm IT guy. They don't even know what IT is. They don't even know the spelling of IT. They don't know the interpretation of IT. They don't know jack. But they come to social media to fool you because they want to get something from you. They're thieves. All right? A lot of women are thieves too. You showcase the body that doesn't belong to you. You use AI to build a face. You do pointed breast. You do all kinds of stuff just to fool people. You're a thief, man. You're a thief. And your pastor is a thief too. I'm sorry I'm telling you, because I know whenever it comes to your pastor, you're always very, very, very sensitive. But your pastor is a thief. I'm just telling you right now. All right? Just telling you point blank. The truth and nothing but the truth. Your pastor is a thief. It's a big thief. Why? The 5,000 membership church is dreaming about is not because of the soul. Or you think it's because of the soul? It's not. If truly it's because of the soul, they won't be accumulating the money they're accumulating. They won't be keeping billions and billions in their account. All right? They will now give it out. So many of your members, your church members are poor. Many of your church members can't even eat 3 square meals in a day. Some of them can't even send their kids to school. But your pastor is a billionaire. Is that not a shame? That he's acquiring all of this stuff, collecting all this money for himself and his own family. But we have people in the church who don't have food to eat. All right? And listen, guys, food pantry is not the mind of God. Oh, let's do giveaway. It's not the mind of God. If you really want to help somebody in your church, let them get on their feet. Send them to school. Pay the school fees. All right? Rent them a house. All right? While they're going to school. Start a business for them. The business is going to feed them forever. Don't give them fish. Show them how to fish. You have the influence. You have the connection to get them jobs. Do it. You have the opportunity of them starting a business. Do it for them. But you see, they accumulate the money and they shine. They buy Tesla. They buy Range Rovers. They buy all this stuff. A real man who is actually sold out to the souls will think about the people more than thinking about himself. And you see that. Jesus Christ said it. He said the fox doesn't have a house. He said even Son of Man doesn't have a place I lay my head, which means Jesus Christ didn't build a house for himself. He was driving everywhere and he was sleeping in places that he was actually going. And he told his disciples, whosoever want to follow me must abandon his house and follow me. And all he was doing was feeding the poor people and was teaching them and giving them proverbs and stuff that will make them to gain understanding to live a better life. It's not about the soul. It's about the influence. It's about the power. It's about the money. The more people you have, the better. And you see, some people are so wise among us. The rest of people are not, but some are wise. You see a lot of real estate guys, they go to big churches. It's not because they want to go to those big churches. It's not because they believe in the anointing of that guy. It's not because of anything. It's just because they want to boost their own business. All right? They go there because they know the church is 5,000 member church. And then they could sell real estate to everybody in church. That's a lot of money for them. At the moment you become a part of a church, all right, then the pastor recognizes you after you pay some money to the church. Then they bring you on the stage to come over and advertise your business. And then they start doing all manners of programs around starting having your own house and all kinds of stuff and everything. And then that's how they now push that business to you. And then you come in and patronize that guy. And that's why he's there. A lot of people go to church to sell clothes and shoes. They don't go there to worship God. They go there because they know it's a boost to their business. They're very smart people. Those guys are smart people. And then they promise the pastor, I'll pay 10% of whatever I make in this church to you, sir. The guy is going to, wow, okay, let's do it. And that's why the guy was going to advertise that business and letting you guys buy houses there. All right? And that's what it is. It is not because they love you that much. It's not because they care about you going to heaven. It's not. It's just because they want to get money and they accumulate this stuff and got it together. All right? Now, when you now go to church and you're donating money here, you're paying tithe there, you're coming out for $1,000, you're going out for $220, you're going out for this, you don't understand that it is the money. You're wasting the resources that God has given unto you to better your life and to prepare for old age. I'm telling you, you can hate me. Hate me all you like. Your money is not going to buy heaven for you. Your donation in church is never going to open the gate of heaven to you. No, it's not. All the money you're coming out to give, I need 7 people to give me 1,000. I need 20 people to give me 20,000. It's never going to actually turn the key of David in heaven to give you access to that place. Your tithe is not going to give you access to the place. They cajole you by saying that if you don't pay tithe, you won't have a home in heaven. It's a big time lie. Where did you get that from? They cooked it up just to get you and to reach your pocket and take out your money. The tithe is not connected to you making heaven. It's not. All the money you're wasting and pouring it out, now sit down right now and think about it. When was the last time you entered into a situation and you went to church and they helped you? No time. Okay? A lot of Nigerians are suffering today. They have donated so much to church. They have given tithe to church. They have paid all of this stuff and everything and all this stuff. But now they're suffering. And the church is now saying, let us feed them. And they give them one Congo of Gary. Or they give them jollof rice to eat with chicken. And that's it. Who's going to feed you tomorrow? When they feed you today, are they still going to feed you tomorrow? No, they're not. The food that you ate yesterday is just to sustain you for today or for that yesterday. How about today? Is the church going to continue to feed you every day? Are they going to be the one to pay your son's school fees? Are they going to be the one to pay your rent? Are they going to be the one to do all this when you're sick? Your medical bill, are they going to be the one to pay it? No, they're not. They're not going to pay nothing. When you're homeless, do you think they're going to offer you a place, a small place at the church for you to live? No, they won't. They don't know you at that time. All they believe is that you've done what you've done for God, whereas God doesn't need your money. It's the church that needs your money. Okay? So a lot of you guys will now be looking at me like, okay, this guy's a demon. I might be a demon to you. And I thank God for it. But see, no matter the name you call me, it's not going to change the fact that I'm preparing for my own old age. No, I'm prepared for it. No matter what you say about me is going to actually prevent me from going to heaven. No, I'm securing my space in heaven also. No matter what you say about me is going to change anything about me. I am already where I'm supposed to be. All I'm doing is, I'm just letting you know that it's time for you to stop being the slave of that man that you call your pastor. It's time for you to stop being the MAGA of that man you call your pastor, who's not going to help you later down the road. All they're doing is accumulating money and building money together, and they look fresh. They even look fresher than you because they get to sleep when you are busy working. They get to go on vacation with their wives and kids when you are busy working tirelessly. Then you can't go on vacation because you don't have the money. You can't go on vacation because you don't have what it takes. And you see, they keep collecting and collecting and collecting from you. They go to sleep. They eat whenever they want to eat. They go to the gym every time they want to go to the gym. You don't have the time to go to the gym. They don't have a full-time job that they do. There's nothing stopping them from going to the gym or traveling because the money is actually coming in because you are the one giving it. You're the one giving it. Day is going to come. When you turn 70 and you don't have a house, oh, I don't think you understand. I don't really think you do understand what I'm saying now. Forget about your children. You see, when you have the mindset of when you get old, I'll go and live with my daughter, you're a wicked person, a wicked man, a wicked woman. If you think, oh, when I get old, I'm going to go live with my daughter, you're a wicked person. Why won't you think about the betterment and the peace of your own daughter, of your son, and letting them live the kind of life they want to live without you being a parasite on them? Without you being a parasite on them. You need to plan for future. You see, the moment the house is out of the whole thing, retirement is going to be easy for you. Once you have your own house, you finish building your house, retirement will be easy. If your kids give you $1,000 a month, it will be enough for you to spend. If they give you 500,000 naira, you can spend it for all 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Because all you need right now is to eat. And at that age, you don't eat a lot anymore. You don't eat a lot anymore at that point in time. So your life is secure. But when you have succeeded in giving all the money that you're supposed to use in building your house, you've succeeded in giving all the money you're supposed to use to send your kids to school, you have given all the money you're supposed to use to do something for yourself and start a business, you've given it to the pastor, all right? Think about it. The pastor's children are enjoying. They are traveling the world, going everywhere. They're going everywhere. Think about it. Do you have such? Look at the face of your pastor's children. Does it match with the face of your kids? Are your children happy like that? Are your children free like that? Are your own children going to places like their own kids are going? Are their own kids in Nigeria? Do they school in Nigeria? At the age of 15, their own children are driving cars. How about your kids? Are they not still entering, are they not still taking Okada? Do you have what they have? No, you don't. And that's one thing I want to let you know, that you have succeeded in worshiping man, not God. And you need to be very stingy. Be stingy for your own sake. Be stingy for the sake of your children. Be stingy for the sake of your wife. Be stingy for the sake of your husband. You want to give them a better life later down the road. You don't want to be a beggar that somebody will give you $10, $5, $6. It's a shame on you. It's shame on you. If you call yourself a Christian, that's a shame on that God that you think you're serving. Okay, our God is not a God of shame. He's a God of process, and he's got plans that your end will be better than your beginning. If your end is not better than your beginning, it means you are not serving God. You've succeeded in serving a man. Serving a man. That's what you actually succeeded in doing. It's just a terrible thing that I see that a lot of you guys believe when you give money, that's when you're securing heaven. It's not a shame when people like you believe that when you give money, that's when you're obeying God. It's just a shame when you give money and that's when you think that you're actually attracting prosperity. And you've been fooled all this time. You've been fooled all this time. You know what the Bible says? The Bible says, he said, behold, I've given you ability to create wealth. It means that the wealth creation is your responsibility. It is not the responsibility of God to create wealth for you. No, that's not his responsibility. And you are the one that should create the prosperity, and God will give you a little bit of, he'll give you the resources to do it. He'll give you a little money to do it. He's not expecting you to go and be donating the money in church. He's expecting you to sow it, because he said in his word, he said the bread is for the eater and the seed is for the sower. I don't know, maybe you understand that part of it. The bread is to be eaten. He didn't give you no bread. He said the bread he gave you is your morning bread, your daily bread that he has given to you to sustain you, as he gave you the seed to plant it and let it grow. And the message is that I will not plant for other people to eat. I will not build for other people to inhabit. All right? But that's exactly what you are doing. You're planting for others to eat. You are building for others to inhabit. Instead of you planning for your future. You are not planning for your future. You can hate me all you like. It's going to gladden my heart if you hate me and you think I'm anti-Christ. That's fine. It's fine. But one day, when I close my eyes and die, I will tell my maker that I told them. You see, the issue is this, and I want you guys to listen carefully. You see, all your pastors that are spending big, big money, you think it's just offering and tithe and spending? No, it's not. You see, there is a kind of a group, an organization, and what they do is that they look for a way to lock people down inside of the four walls. The church is not the four wall. The four wall can't hold the church. The church is actually wallless, without walls. That's what the church is for. It's reaching out people. It's reaching people, shining your light in darkness. That's the church. But their own game is to lock you in church. They get big money. They offer them a lot of money to continue to lock you inside of that wall. They continue to get the big money. It is every month money, every year money that they get big money. And that's why you see them building and building and building and building all this gigantic building all around just to lock you in church. So when they lock you up in the four corner of the place, all right, you can't think about anything else but thinking about your problem and about how God could solve it for you instead of you solving it yourself. All right, they put you in there. They bring the musicians to sing. Those ones will come and entertain you. They lock you up in there. They bring pastors from everywhere to minister, and you'll be writing and writing and writing and writing. Heaven knows Heaven knows how many jotters you have in your house. Heaven knows the kind of jotters you have in your house. All right? And you write and write and write and write. And then the little money they're collecting from you, they don't need that money. That money is just useless. All they want to do is just to empty your bank account so that you will always want to come to church and think that it is the devil that is afflicting you so they can continue to lock you up there. And what they're doing is that they are messing with your mind. So when you're supposed to be fighting for your country, why is our country like this? You don't have the time for it. The time is supposed to be building. You don't have time for it. They deprive you of family life. You don't have time for your wife. You don't have time for your children. You don't have time for your husband. You don't have time for anything. That's the game plan. The game plan is to take everything from you. The game plan is to render you useless. The game plan is to lock you up in that place and give you mental slavery, slavery, and then you be there and you keep coming and you keep coming. And I love the gospel musicians. The gospel musicians, they got the game. They understand the trick. So they changed. They flipped the script of them. And you know what they did? They flipped the script. When you see a gospel musician, they package themselves in a way, you pay me, I sing. No money, no music. They understand that stuff. You can use me, you can use them, but not me. All right? And that's how the gospel musicians are getting their own cut and their own share of everything right now. Okay? They're getting the cut and their own share of everything right now because they have to evolve them because the music is needed to actually captivate the people. So the gospel musician tell them, pay me, I sing. You don't pay me, I'm not singing. So they now pay the musicians 10 million, 20 million to come over and sing. Also, they're getting their own share of that thing out of it. They're getting their own share, their own cut. But who are the people that they're using? And you. You are the people they're using. It's you that they're using through all these things. You. But it will take you time to wake up. You can't wake up right now. You can't wake up right now. You can't. Because you've been brainwashed. And everything I'm saying here right now won't make no sense to you. And the next thing you wanna, and the next thing you ask me is, show me from the Bible. And that's your language, that's your word. They put it in you. Show me from the Bible. The Bible you have never read. The Bible you don't even know jack about. It says, show me. Show me. Show me. Now, let me put it to you quickly. So your head will open a little bit more. When you see the real rich people, the wealthy people, when you see them, you see the way they take this whole thing. They don't take it like you are taking it. The real wealthy people, they go to Catholic churches, Anglican churches, and the Baptist churches, the Orthodox churches. That's where they go. Do you know the rich and wealthy people, they actually do what they call charity at the end of the year. And then they give that money to a non-for-profit organization. Majority of them give it to the Catholic Church. And that's why the Catholic and the Anglican Church and Baptist, they're actually very rich. They're very rich because the rich people, that's where they put their money into. And you see, they go there, they sit down, they listen to sermon, they go home. They go there, they listen to sermon, they go home. Why is it that every time they want to bury a very rich man, they take them to Catholic churches? They take them to Anglican churches. They take them to the Baptist churches. See, that's supposed to be where you open your eyes. That these people, they know where the real churches are. They know the real churches that they're supposed to go to because they're wealthy. And when you go to Banana Island, I don't know, I asked this question before. I don't know if I'm wrong, but I stand to be corrected on this stuff. But if somebody's out there who lives in Lagos, you live in Lagos, how many churches are inside Banana Island? Can anybody just tell me? How many churches do you see in Banana Island? And then for those ones who live in Ibadan, how many churches do you see inside of Alalubosa? I need you to just tell me. I need somebody to respond to me here because I see all of you guys are very quiet today. And if you're there, please just respond. How many churches do you see inside Banana Island? And how many churches do you see in Alalubosa in Ibadan? I'll wait. I'll wait. Don't have anything doing today. I'm not going anywhere. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. Until I get someone to respond, I'll wait. start with. Somebody said not many. You don't know Banana Island, Sister Faith. You don't know. There is no church in Alalubosa Estate. Thank you. No church in Alalubosa. No church in Alalubosa. No church in Alalubosa. The churches that you see around there, they're outside of Alalubosa. And when you go to Banana Island, you can't get any church inside of Banana Island. The church that you see in Banana Island is actually outside of Banana Island, and it's just one redeemed church. And it's just one redeemed church. And tell me why. Is this not good enough? Is this not good enough proof to you to sit and ask yourself a question? Why? Is it not good enough for you to sit because you are the poor people? You are the poor people in the society. Is it not good for you to stop and ask yourself why? And then you get the answers to it before you continue living. Before you continue to live. You cannot lock a rich man down. You can't lock a rich man down. They know exactly who they are. They know God. They understand the game. They know everything. They know everything. Sit down and think. Why do we have 2,000 churches in Iyanokwaja? Why do we have 2,000 churches in Ring Road? Why do we have 2,000 churches in Mokola? Why do we have 2,000 churches in Baga? Why do you have 2,000 churches around the, even Ikeja is not that much, but it's still much. 2,000 churches in Ikeja. Why do we have that? Because the poor people are the ones searching for God, because they think it is the church that the rich people went to gain the wealth that they have today. Zero. You missed it. Sorry. You just missed it. Those rich people don't go to church to make the money. They worked for it. They developed, they search for a problem. They search for a problem, and then they developed the solution to that problem. And then money started following them. That's how they became rich. It is not by going to church. It's for you. See, the rich people there, they need to have their own, they need to have their own way. And for them to actually be able to do what they're doing in peace, for the politicians to embezzle money in peace, for them to change government anytime they want to in peace, for them to sell your inheritance to the Chinese in peace, they lock you up in church. They are selling everything that belongs to your children. They are selling everything that belongs to your unborn children. You're still single, you are not married today. They're selling everything that belongs to your unborn children right now in your face, and you cannot do anything. But you always tell me, oh, you are a comedian. He's just joking. He's just joking. He's just joking. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. I'm using your situation to laugh and to make joke. I use your situation to make joke because I can't come and kill myself. Because if you're not brilliant and you can't think, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry for you, and I'm sorry for your generation. Sorry for you, sorry for your children. I'm sorry for where you're going. Right now, Nigeria is not good. Nigeria is not good. Nigeria is not good. You know why Nigeria is not good? You sold Nigeria to them. You gave Nigeria to them because you actually took the church. Religion messed you up. Religion destroyed you. And that's why your country is why your country is like that. And see, it can never be fixed until you as a person, you decide in yourself and say, I am disconnecting from religion. I want to be a real Christian. I want to be a Christian. I know. I sound so mean and crazy. I sound like I'm a bad person, a mean person. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you think like that. If you go back and sit down and think about what I'm telling you, you will come back to thank me later in the future. thank me later in the future. See, for me, I'm a logical person and I'm spiritual too. So I balance physical and spiritual together. How can we have solid four the greatest ministers and pastors in our country, Nigeria? These ministers I'm talking to you about, these ministers are known worldwide. They're known worldwide. They perform miracles in America. They perform miracles in South Africa. They perform miracles everywhere. But our country, is suffering. All the prophecies they have given to us didn't come true. They're flexing muscle on the devil, but we're still in the same situation. Why? Why are we in the same situation? I shared the story of a couple was paying over $30,000 in tithe. Then they lost their job. The church didn't do anything to help them. The church never called them one time to say, "What have you eaten? Have you eaten? Have you paid your children's school fees?" But the pastor of the church called them and said, "We have not seen your tithe now for the past 3 months." And then they said, "Well, my husband lost his job and I lost mine too." And the pastor said, "But you still must pay tithe. So go and use your credit card to be paying the tithe. And when you start working, you can pay it back to the credit card company." They did it. And then that was the time they woke up. Like, you know what? Why? Is this the way it should be? So it's all about giving, 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 giving. So the church is taking, taking, taking. They will never give to anybody. Ah. And those people, they stopped going to church now. And after they stopped going to church, they were able to build 7 houses. They built 7 houses after they stopped going to church. And now their future is bright, brighter than ever. You see, I don't want you to get me wrong. Going to church is important, but you are not going to church to meet God. Mm. You see, this place I'm going, I don't know. I don't know how you take it. You don't go to church to meet God. God is not in church. He dwells in you. You are the carrier of God. You're the one that carry God to everywhere he goes. All right? Because your body is the temple of God. Your pastor that you are hiding from, "Oh, I don't want him to see me do this. I don't want him to see me do this." You are afraid your pastor will see you. You're afraid your pastor will see you. I don't know what these people are saying, that the audio is not clear. Can somebody give me a feedback from Facebook or YouTube? How is the audio on your side? I just want to know if the audio is not good so I can be able to do something to it. Please, can somebody give me a feedback? Can somebody give me a feedback on Facebook or YouTube? What is the audio like? So if the audio is good on your side, Adedayo, the volume, okay. Audio is low. It's low on your side. Everybody's saying perfect. Maybe it's your telephone. Maybe your telephone is what is causing it. Maybe you guys need to throw that telephone away and go get a new one. Okay. Everybody is saying the audio is good on their side, and some people is saying it's not. All right. Okay. So the audio is clear but not nice, but not loud. Huh. Some people say great. I don't know what to say to you guys. All right. Now the volume is up. I turn it up right now. I don't know if it's still gonna come out good on your side, but you know. So they're able to build for us. So you don't go to God when you go to that building that you call church. You don't go to God when you go there. You don't go to God when you go there. No, you carry God. So you should be scared of whatever you're doing because He is in you. He is in you. He's in you. He's in you. He's in you. When you're sleeping, God is there. When you're eating, God is there. So when you go to church, you're going to fellowship with the carriers of God. People who carry God, they come together and they fellowship. And the fellowship is not the enemy killing fellowship. The fellowship is getting to know each other, starting a relationship, building a relationship, making sure everybody is good. You break the bread together, enjoy the presence of God. That's what it is. Mm. You won't get it. It's difficult to get. It's very difficult to get. It's very difficult to get, guys. Very, very difficult to get. Very difficult to get. Very, very difficult to get. So, oh, you get it, Stella? Okay. Stella is the only one that got it. It's difficult to get. Thank you, Stella, for getting it. It means you've listened. You've been listening. It's difficult to get. Faith, you got it. Okay. It's difficult to get. But once you get it, you won't do what you're doing right now anymore. You will not do it anymore. You will not do it anymore. Once you get it, you won't do it anymore. It's a control. It's a control. You control. All right. It's 10. It's 11:10. So I think I'll leave you guys alone to go to work because it's Monday. This kind of discussion shouldn't come on Monday. It shouldn't come on Monday. It shouldn't come on Monday. Monday is the beginning of the week and people should be busy. So that's it. That's it. That's it. That's how far I'm gonna go today. And I'll still come back again and still do more um, of this brain surgery. Maybe you get it. Maybe you get it. And like I said this morning, I took two classes already this year of account payable role, account payable specialist, and five of my students already got jobs. Five of them. Five of them are already working right now, and I'm so happy about it. A new class will be starting very soon. I have a class that I'm going to be doing today, quickly for one person. But if you are willing, you want to join the class, you don't need no degree to get a job. You don't need PhD to get a job. You don't need masters to get a job. All they're asking for is just a GED. They're only asking for GED to get a job. And the job is so simple. You can even bring your grandma from the village to do it. And getting the job is actually easy too. If you can walk it, if you can be very aggressive about it. If I teach you and you're willing to go through with it, you will definitely get a job. And the job is easy. And it's possible for you to get a remote job whereby you stay in the house to get it. And they pay between $25 and $30 an hour. And think about it, if you get a remote job, you can stay in your house and get two jobs. You get two jobs, that's $50 an hour. And you multiply that by 8 hours and five times in a week or six times a week. And you're already on that particular level of making $8,000. And think about what $8,000 will do in your life right this moment. All right. That kind of stuff. So that's the way it is. A new class will be starting. And if you are interested, the registration is $600 for those who would like to register for the new class. If you're interested, you want to go through with the class is 1 week. It's not 3 weeks, not 4 weeks, not 1 month, not 6 months, not 1 year. This is just only 1 week class. People are already getting a job, and you can get a job also. All right. So if you're interested, you can actually send me a direct message, or you can send me a WhatsApp message to my number. Send a WhatsApp number to a message to my number. I'm going to put the number at the bottom of the screen for those ones who are on Facebook and For those ones who are on Facebook um, and YouTube, +1 405 5505 135. For those one who are on Facebook, if you're on Facebook and YouTube, you can see the telephone number at the bottom of the screen. +1 405 5505 135. Send me a WhatsApp message to that number. I'll respond to it, and we can give you the idea of what the whole stuff is supposed to be like by the grace of God. So it's possible for you to get that job also and be able to get yourself out of all of this stuff that you found yourself. So God bless everybody. Thank you very much for watching this episode of my show. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll promise that I'll be back on constantly every day like I used to do. I was sick for some time. My voice is just getting clearer by God's grace. So I will definitely be seeing you guys almost every day now as we rock and roll. So peace and stay blessed. Have a beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen.